Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara and here we're discussing law of attraction, manifestations, astrology, psychology, esoteric study, you name it. This video is going to be about manifesting your desires and how to use the law of assumption, living in the end, everyone is you pushed out, and how to bring your imagined reality into existence. Now, first things first, when it comes to manifesting, your self-image is everything. Your self-image creates your assumptions, which then harden into fact. Self-image that you hold of yourself today is a little sum up of your experiences, feeling states, assumptions, thought patterns, which created your current 3D. Nothing exists in a vacuum. You don't just get things out of nowhere. At some point, either consciously or subconsciously, you assume things about your reality, which made it happen. But one thing about manifesting, right? You need to hold the strongest assumption for it to manifest with the strongest intention, because we have many thoughts, but not all thoughts manifest, right? Only the thoughts that hold the weight, the thoughts that are habitual, okay? The assumptions that are habitual, it feels like home, and we don't even see it as separate from ourselves anymore. So no matter what you're imagining, if this is not tackled, if your assumptions are not tackled, if you don't look at the assumptions that you're making in each and every day and moment of your life, then it will be difficult to manifest. And then another thing, it's hard to look at the assumptions that are coming from our subconscious mind if it is your program and if you never looked at them before. All the limiting beliefs, all the limitations that we place on our imagination, they come from the assumptions. So the self-image has assumptions, and the self-image also has a vibration attached to it. There's different states of consciousness that we switch from one state to another state. And when we switch from one state to another, there's a different vibrational frequency that is going to be attached to those states, meaning in us. And that vibrational frequency creates our perception. It dictates how we see our reality, okay? And perception and awareness is everything when manifesting. You know this, right? And having an ability to concentrate your attention. So I want to tell you today to decide who you want to be. Decide who you want to be. Immerse yourself in your imagination. Get detailed about the version of you that will be manifested once you get your manifestations, the end goal, right? Because once you get your imagined reality, there will be a different version of you that will get activated. There'll be a different version of you. She'll be seeing things differently and feeling different things about her reality, making different assumptions about her reality, which will then lead her to different outcomes, right? But I want you to realize that it all comes from your identity. Before you even tackle your assumptions or limiting beliefs, I want you to look at the self-image, the self-concept from which you're operating today. Because if you don't know what you've already created, you won't know what energy to transmute. And when this old self will start manifesting through triggers, through, old perceptions, old assumptions, you won't have an ability to stop it from manifesting and dictating your feeling states unless you become aware of what you're operating from. Does that make sense? So it's important to become very familiar with the states that you are operating from, okay? So that you know what to change, and so that you know when these states are manifesting, the old states are manifesting that distance you from your manifestations, and how to stop. Because when it comes to manifesting law of attraction, yes, we can imagine the self-image, we can imagine our best reality, whatever, but once we open our eyes from meditation, we see this reality, we see this 3D, and it's hard to believe that this is not real. And I'm not even telling you to not believe that this is not real. It is real. Like, what you're seeing is real because you created it. Yeah, like some people don't want to believe it, that they create their own reality, like they draw the negative things into their lives. But let me tell you that if you really take accountability and look at yourself, you will see that it was all your creation. You know what it gives you? It gives you a transformative power to believe in yourself, that you can change this reality by deciding how you're going to perceive and act differently from what you used to. This is big when it comes to manifesting, because like I said, you can manifest different self-images, you can manifest, you can imagine all day long, but if you don't know how to stop your old states from manifesting, or from dictating your feeling states, from dictating your assumptions, from dictating how you perceive your reality, it's going to be difficult to persist. It's all about perseverance. Neville Goddard said, you're going to persevere. When a woman gets pregnant, she don't question whether a child is going to come out or not. She knows that there's a 9 months period. Same in the Bible. That's what Neville Goddard says. There's an appointed time for each and everything that you want in your life, and that's why you gotta wait. You don't have to give up just because it's not coming. The same way the woman don't give up when a child is not coming, like on a 4th month. She knows that she gotta wait, right? A horse takes 12 months to have a baby. So there is a time for everything in our life. That's how the God, universe, whatever you want to call it, created things. with timelines, okay? But just because we can't persevere, just because our old triggers manifest, just because the old states manifest, old assumptions, and we don't have this control over stopping them, we think that they will never come into fruition and we just give up. Now that we know this, I want you to become super duper decisive about the reality that you want to bring into fruition. What do you want? What do you want? Use your imagination. You have these faculties for a reason. You have a faculty of concentration, focus, of imagination, but we are mishandling these faculties. We don't know how to use them properly, right? Because we're unconscious. We let the things, the world, decide how we're gonna feel. So this imagination, like all our faculties are pretty much on autopilot. We don't know how to have a conscious control over them anymore. So the things are happening and we used to perceiving them a certain way, and they automatically manifest our behaviors. They automatically manifest our assumptions. They automatically manifest the self-concept. Be decisive today who you want to be. And don't sway from that decision. When it comes to manifesting, it's all about being decisive. Can you make a decision on who you want to be, what identity, what version of you that you're going to be when you get your manifestations? Get detailed, start acting from her. If you decide, if you stay decisive, you're not going to change your state an hour later. So what do I mean by that? Once you decide to be a certain identity, operate from a certain self-image, self-concept, right? But then an hour or two later, something else happens in your life that reminds you of your old identity. And if you can't stop it because you don't have presence in your body, and if you can't stop it from manifesting, you're the old man. You're back to your old shit. So that's what I want you to watch throughout the day. Can you persevere in the identity that lives your imagined reality? Can you persevere in her? And can you not sway from that identity, regardless of what's going on around you, what circumstances, situations are happening, and what states they're manifesting? Can you be present enough in your body to not go? That's what it means being decisive. Being decisive is big. Decide how you're going to act. Decide who you're going to be. Decide in each and every moment. Revive that state of the version of you who lives in that reality. Remind yourself throughout the day many times, am I operating from her or not? Don't get paranoid about it though. But the thing is that we don't have to watch our thoughts. All we have to do is feel our emotions, because your emotions are telling you how you're feeling and what the thoughts you are thinking and whether they make you happy or not, okay? You hold the power. If you decide today who you want to be, there's nobody else to decide for you but you. Realize this. And unless you decide, nobody can change anything, okay? I love you, and I hope this helps, and let me know in the comments what you think. And also give me suggestions on my next videos about law of attraction and astrology. But yeah, I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.